Welcome. It is Tuesday, January the 15th, 2013. If you're wondering where I was yesterday, sometimes I get caught up with my training partners and I have no other choice but to, kind of kick it with them, and then kind of takes me away from the news. Um, but, I try. I really want to bring you the news, but on days like the one I had yesterday, I have other obligations and I have a. Well, anyway, I'm here now. But sometimes you're too busy helping people in real life that you can't really, do your whatever it is you do, your YouTube channels, your uh, your podcasts, whatever it is you do out there. When you're really called out to do stuff. I mean, my training partners aren't the most patriotic American. Well, they're not American. They're not very in touch with their American side. Um, One of my training partners, I'm not gonna mention it. I'm not gonna name him. I'm not gonna drop his name and throw him under the bus or anything. But he's a perfect example of the MTV suggested public. The very suggestible that when you show him something, he wants to copy it. Well, I tested him yesterday, and I saw an American flag. It was raised on a pole, and I was like, "Hey, look, it's the American flag," and he was like, "F America," and I'm just like thinking in my head like, why F a country that allows you to go around and do whatever you want, why don't you go try to live in North Korea for a second and see what the difference is like? Sorry, I'm eating cereal. My phone's going off. I mean, today's a pretty sloppy day, but I'm gonna read you the news. We're gonna get through all this. There's so much stuff developing, and you hear these normalcy biased people that think that we're playing a fantasy game here. We're playing fantasy politics or something. Look, Alex Jones doesn't. He's not some. Because I know a lot of you out there think that he's what's the word? I hate when these like small words they slip my tongue. Um, he's paranoid. Um, but everything that he's ever predicted has come true. That's the point that I want to make, is that for you out there that have a normalcy bias about the news developing right now, we're not playing fantasy politics, okay? What's going on is that we are we are coming closer to the what we are talking about here, the what I like to call, and if you know who the Groxt is, what he likes to call unveiling the mask, taking off the mask. We're all going toward that direction. If you heard the speech that Obama gave yesterday, he said, "I'm either going to be the life of the party or a party pooper." And when I hear that, it translates in my head like when I take my mask off and and I'm openly a dictator to you guys. You could either embrace me or you guys don't. But he said you need your government. The government has a lot of money, and that America can't just secede from the United States government because they have all the money, is what he's suggesting. But if you really like read into what the president and how he was saying things yesterday, I mean, you will really know that we're getting closer to this, and that once you guys start realizing out there that we're not playing fantasy politics here, that we're not trying to, this isn't some sick fanatic game that we have of what people like to call fear mongering. Or I know the basics when it comes to right and wrong, my friend. There are always repercussions for what you do. If you do the wrong thing, it's going to come back. There is always sin is never unpaid, my friend. Jesus paid for it all, but for the unbeliever, you're living in the curse of Adam and Eve, man, and that's not good. Even though you're still not you still haven't surrendered to Jesus. It's still, you still have this unmerited favor and grace upon you, my friend, because that's just how good God is. But some people cannot grasp, they can't even, wrap their head around what God is and who God is. But see how much time I have here. I have about 10 minutes on this video, and I'm gonna get into something that that is on WND. This is by Chelsea Schilling. Chelsea Schilling is a commentary editor and staff writer for WND, an editor of Jerome Corsi's Red Alert, and a proud U.S. Army veteran. She has also worked as a news producer at USA Radio Network and as a news reporter for the Sacramento Union. And she writes this column, which is entitled "Wal Mart Responds to Suspended Ammo Story. Report states retail giant cutting orders anticipating gun control." And they're playing games too, like Congress is saying, stop selling guns and ammo for now as we debate it. No, we're not going to stop selling guns and ammo just because we're debating about gun control. You see how they try to slither their way in and slime their way through your like everything they do is this like Alex Jones says, a little Nelly, freaking cowardly. They take your rights in this in the most cowardly way, man. I mean, they're really taking advantage, like MTV and like every other television show that exploits stupidity. That's what your government does to you. They exploit your stupidity because you don't know anything about politics, so they just step all over your rights. People are so brainwashed into the TV that they don't understand that caring about politics is caring about your future, caring about your liberty, what you're allowed and are not allowed to do. If your government takes control of that, you're not going to have anything left. I mean, it's only history. I mean, what do I know? Let's get into this article, shall we? The blogosphere has exploded with outrage in response to news that Walmart is suspending ammunition sales in anticipation of the Obama administration's gun control recommendations to Congress. But the retail giant tells WND the reports aren't true. That information is inaccurate, said Ashley Hardy, a spokeswoman located at Walmart's corporate headquarters in Bentonville, Ark. Before you go and listen to anyone that has to do with corporate America, like Walmart is a giant corporation. They don't pay their workers minimum wage. They pay you like you're a slave. And the things that they make are pretty much made overseas, and they're made by the hands of child laborers. This is Walmart. Going inside of a Walmart is one step into socialism. If you walk into a Walmart, you are in a store that has engineered a socialist type of culture around. Even the people that go to Walmart most of the time are dribbling zombies. In my opinion, when I go to Walmart, all I see are gangster dummies and like literally drooling knuckle draggers. That's all I see when I go to a Walmart, because people who are good and people that don't support socialism and third world country corporate establishments or whatever you want to call it, you're not going to have any part of it. You're not going to support, and because see, when you spend your money, you're putting it into the hands of a person who's not putting it back into your community, like Walmart. Walmart's not putting that money back into your community. They don't care about you and your community. If they're a big corporate, store, they don't really care about how poor you are. WND then asked whether the retail chain is cutting back in orders of ammunition. No, Hardy said, we're continuing to serve our customers as we have in the past. She said Walmart's ammunition sales policy has not changed, even amid talk of gun control legislation in Washington, D.C., where the mob runs things. The uproar began when the Investment Watch blog posted a story headline, "Breaking and confirmed Walmart is not going to order any more ammo." CNS News cited the report, and talk radio host Rush Limbaugh mentioned it during his Monday show. CNS has since removed the report from its own site. According to the Investment Watch report, a man claimed to have visited his local Walmart and noticed the store was out of almost every kind of ammo. Guys, guys and girls out there, don't be surprised that when you go and buy guns and ammo right now, that they're gonna be off, you know. I mean, what I really mean to say is that there's so many people buying ammo and guns right now that don't be surprised if you go and you find nothing in stock, you know, because as we get to the wire, the real true Americans out there that know what's going on and aren't dumbed down by the gangster culture to think that, you know, who are living in Candyland basically, know that we're only getting closer to this. Like I said, this isn't fantasy politics. This is real politics, my friend. If you don't believe that we have a government that is absolutely out of control right now, then you're asleep and you're not paying attention. Obviously, you can't have a normalcy bias about everyone, man. I mean, look at the way the culture is. You're so quick to turn on everyone that's around you. You want to hate everyone around you. You want to see everyone fall face first into the ground, into a pile of mud, so that you can laugh at them. But then you don't want to believe that your own government is a piece of garbage, and you don't want anything bad to happen to them. I mean, what kind of eugenics operation have you been under? You know what I mean? To want cruelty to your fellow man who is in the same fight you're in, but then you want to believe that the government is good and wants to sing you to sleep and kiss you goodnight every day. You know, this is ridiculous. Obama is a freaking Muslim terrorist, man, and he is the president of the United States. I mean, this doesn't get any more bizarre than it is right now. And if you don't believe that that guy is not an American, if you believe he's an American, man, you're in for a rude awakening someday, because it's not gonna just go unanswered. I mean, we're gonna find out the truth one day, and it's gonna be pretty heavy, because we don't know who that guy is, man. He's never told a single truth in his life since he's been president. I mean, it's ridiculous. Let's see. According to the Investment Watch, blah 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 blah. There's no ammo. The manager I talked to said they had not heard anything, but she tried to order some 223. That is .223. As I was standing there, I guess that's a bullet, the size of a bullet, 223. She said the order was being rejected by the corporate office. She said she said she had never had that happen. This article goes on. I'll go ahead and read it, I guess. It's not that long. Let me see how much time I have. These videos, I have to cut them short. I guess I don't have much time. I got like 2 minutes on this video. But you could go look up this article. It's Wal Mart response to suspended ammo story. It's on WND. It's by Chelsea Schilling. People don't tend to tell you the truth when they're part of the corporate whore establishment of what we are today. Not America, but something less, something that has been turned into, you know, like a little, you know, some type of form of third world country where there are no rights. But that's what I'm saying, is that you can't just go ahead and trust everybody. You can't just trust people who have money. You can't just trust people who have these big corporations, because chances are they cheated or are cheating you morally, ethically, to get where they're at. And this is the culture we're in, where people believe that you have to be a corrupt scumbag to get ahead in life. It's not true, people. Start doing the right thing and you'll see the hand of God work in your life, my friend. The right is might. Woo.